Welcome back to my channel. So for you all, I have a different video, and this video is concerning ways to stay motivated throughout your fitness journey. If that's something you're interested in, please stay tuned. And like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell. That way you're notified when it is that I post videos of this sort. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So a lot of people ask me a lot with regard to fitness. However, the number one question is, drum roll please, how to find the confidence and motivation while working out or within your fitness journey. Basically, how to start. So what I'm going to do is give you all a brief history of what led me to this point I'm at right now. And then afterwards, we're going to get into ways to stay confident. So I'll have my sister link the actual timestamp as to where that is. If you want to jump there, please feel free to check it out in the comment section. But yeah, let's go to my history. For those of you that don't know, my body was not always shaped like this. In all actuality, I'm pretty fearful to post what my body looked like back in high school. Naturally, I inherited a nice, I guess, structure. So my mom was, I believe she was 5'9". My sister says 5'10" because it was on her driver's license. My mom was 5'9". Nonetheless, she was way taller than me, okay? And she was slim. Like when I say slim, I mean she was straight up and down, no curves whatsoever, bony. My dad, on the other hand, he was what I would call toned in a sense. So my dad, he was slim too, on the taller side, but my dad had a lot more muscle definition than my mom. Neither one of them were overweight. So I was blessed, I guess, if you want to call it that, blessed enough to have parents and a genealogy in which, you know, there weren't that many people regarding, you know, my parents that were overweight. So my mom being extremely slender and my dad being the way that he was, of course, I didn't gain weight naturally. So I graduated high school at 89 pounds. And I know that is so surprising. Like that, in my opinion, with my height and everything and me having a round face, it was very awkward looking, to say the least. I pretty much possess a lot of insecurities with regard to my weight, especially with me being from the St. Louis area and everyone in that area being of a nice stature, and me having cousins who were on the thicker side. I'm like, oh my God, you know, this is what I want, because in my head, that's what femininity meant. Now, of course, with me being more wise, I know that to be different, but at the time, that's what I thought. Ooh, you looking good, you looking good. Around 20 years old, I decided that, at 20, I ended up gaining 2 pounds. So I was 91 pounds when I was 20 years old. And again, that to me wasn't my idea of a nice body size. Like I again was still unhappy being 5'2", and I had no hips, no cheekage, like no chest, nothing, just flat and muscular. It's so weird. But at 20 years old, I decided to go ahead and embark on this thick journey. Now, the reason I say thick journey, my goal wasn't to gain muscle. The only thing I wanted to do was gain weight. And I ended up asking my dad for some money, and unbeknownst to him and my ex at the time, that money went toward me getting a fitness like a nutritionist or whatnot. And she just so happened to also be a trainer. So I told her what my goals were, and they were basically to get thick. Again, I naturally possess the muscle, and that came from my dad. So in my head, I didn't know anything about that. I just knew I wanted hips, booty, and titties. Like, let's just be frank. So this instructor put me on an extreme diet that caused me to jump from 91 pounds to 116 in a matter of a month. And I know that like, y'all, that was major to me. And it got to the point where it was such a significant difference that people in my family started to tell my mom that I had surgery. And this was way before this whole BBL craze or whatnot. But it was so extreme that my own family members, not my parents, but my own family members felt that I went under the knife to get my body the way that it was. And granted, I was only at what, 100, a little over 100 pounds, like in the teens. That, in my opinion, like let me know that there was something going on. It was a noticeable difference. But I continued eating that way to the point that I ended up at 140 pounds 45 pounds by the time that I was 21 years old, which was amazing, turning 21 and being like super curvy. I'm going to include pictures so that you all can see. Don't clown me. Like, I was hella ratchet back then, but I'm including pictures so that you all can see what I'm saying. But my booty popped out, my chest popped out, everything popped out, like meaning everything. So your girl ended up getting like a little bulge in the stomach area. However, I did start to train at the same time because I'm like, all right, you know, now that I have what I have, let me go ahead and clean it up so that it's not sloppy. I ended up thereafter getting the flat stomach, a big booty, and a big chest. My butt was a size 13. My chest was always like this size, so there wasn't any variation. However, my lats, like I didn't have that perfect curve. I had the perfect curve in the back because I naturally have a deep set arch, but I didn't have that perfect curve on my lateral muscles. So I looked up and down, kind of like how my mom was, you know, up and down. And so I didn't think anything of it because that's not what I was focused on. Fast forward to 2014 when my mom passed away. Ooh, let me not get emotional. So fast forwarding to 2014 when my mom passed away. So, okay, before that, 2013, I ended up just wanting to do a lot of cardio. And that was right after I graduated and, you know, me being in a relationship and my person being, you know, traveling to work often. I'm like, okay, I could waste some time by training a lot. So I did a lot of cardio, which included running 15 miles a day. I didn't think anything of that. And what happened was I ended up losing a lot of weight. I ended up at 119 pounds. So yeah, I fucked up badly. Like, yeah, that's what it was. So I stopped doing cardio. I went back to my old methods. I plumped back up to 145. My mom passed away and I stopped training. Like I ended up 145, but there was no muscle. Like it was just thick and sloppy, in my opinion, sloppy. And so, yeah, to the point where I have varicose veins, so my veins became more pronounced as a result of all of that fat being compressed around my veins. That leads me to my turning point. What led me to getting to where I am now? Y'all will be so surprised to know what motivated me. Like, can you take a guess? All right, you probably didn't get it. My 600-pound life is what motivated me to get my ass in a gym and start working out. Like, that show did so much for me, and it wasn't me fat shaming them or fat shaming myself, because let's just be honest, I wasn't fat. I was thick. All right. There's a difference. And it's also a difference in my opinion as to your mentality. If you think you're fat, then you're fat. If you like, that's just how I feel. Who am I to say someone's fat if they don't feel that way? Me personally, I felt that way about myself because, you know, I put a lot of pressure on myself with regard to that. And after my mom passed away, with me not knowing what she passed away from, I just ended up saying, okay, I have to be conscious of my health. Too many of my family members have passed away. This is of the most importance to me. So let me get it together. That show, seeing a lot of these people wanting to get back to just some sense of normalcy and working their asses off, inspired me personally. And I am so grateful that TLC has a show like that to inspire people. I'm so encouraged by these people wanting to improve their health and just revamping their mindsets overall. So I love that show to death. There are some people that I wish wanted more for themselves on that show, but nonetheless, I've learned a lot from it. So yeah, I'm going to continue to watch that because that's something that helps me personally stay motivated. So that's the first thing. So if you're an avid watcher of my channel, you know that I shop a lot. And with that being said, the second thing that inspires me are clothes. So of course I'm going to do a haul on this soon. But my clothing, if I look good, then I feel good. I stay encouraged to work out. A lot of these clothes accentuate the body a certain way, and it makes me personally feel good about my progress, my shape, and a lot of it that I wear has that compression fit, so it sucks me in. And that in of itself, along with the shoes that I wear, makes a big difference to me saying, okay, let me go and look cute, take some pictures, and go to the gym. A lot of people train while listening to music. So what I do is I will change my playlist often, and my playlist varies from trap music. I listen to trap music. I listen to R&B. I listen to some pop, and all of that boosts my energy and my feelings toward working out. So I change my playlist often. I try not to listen to the same songs because it will become a little monotonous and repetitive, and that's not what I want. So your music playlist is something that I would suggest you all change up. That way you stay motivated also. So one of the most important things that I recommend you all do is change up your food options. So what I do is I meal prep once a week, not only for myself, but my little sister as well. I monitor everything regarding our macros. If you're interested in understanding what it is that I personally do for my macros and my calories, please leave a comment below and I'll create a video for you all with that regard. But I switch up my foods options, and I want to let y'all know now, my foods are not bland. They're so good, yet they possess so much like nutritional benefits, don't they, Layla? Like, it's so good, right? Yeah. Yeah, like, y'all, they're so freaking good. So I would say switch up your food options, But also, don't limit yourself when it comes to certain snacks. So I already did a snack video. I went grocery shopping and I showed you all the snacks that I like to snack on from time to time. I don't binge eat those snacks. I only eat those when my meals aren't providing me everything they need, or if I'm skipping a meal and I need a meal replacement. But things such as this turkey jerky, I love this stuff. For cookies, so when I need a high amount of protein, these cookies, again, I love Women's Best, so things like this. And a lot of us have weaknesses when it comes to chips. So lately, I've been loving pop chips or chips that aren't cooked in grease. Y'all, these are so good. And then there's other options in the world similar to this. This just so happens to be my favorite bag of chips. Now, time management is something that I think is as important as everything else I named. I do try and set aside time just for the gym. That may not be the case for everyone. You do get caught up a lot, but time management can take you a long way. And when you do have that block set aside for the gym, you feel, in my opinion, I feel guilty when I don't go to the gym during the time that I'm supposed to go. Not only is time management a major factor, but so is making it to the gym. I cannot explain it enough to you. Yes, it's hard to get up out of the comfort of your home to go to the gym. I understand that. But once you're there, that's all you need to do. Make it to the gym. And I promise you, you won't want to waste your time going there just to turn around. At least I don't, because hell, I wasted gas getting there, or I went jogging to get there. So I'm going to make an effort to at least do a workout. And that's something I encourage a lot of the people that I do train to do. I say, make it to that door. As soon as you make it to that door, everything else will fall in place. Or in the beginning, just go to the gym. You can leave, but get in the habit of going to the gym. So make it a point to at least make it there, and it'll be worth your time, I promise you. Making it to the gym is like the hardest thing. Now, with that being said, another thing that encouraged me was the fact that I bought a lot of equipment, like home-based equipment, for not a lot, but enough to get an in-home workout. So if you can't make it to the gym, get your ass on websites and purchase things to work out. Like, try not to make any excuses. While you're on that couch watching TV, be lifting some dumbbells. Like, use a medicine ball. Like, get your legs moving so that you're in the spirit of getting comfortable with working out. Also, just so y'all know, speaking of at-home workouts, I have no excuse not to get a workout in because I make everything a workout. If you all saw one of my my video titled, I'm gonna include the video around here somewhere, you know, those links that you all see. Anyway, you'll see that I went shopping with my younger siblings. However, I did make it a point to work out. Even if it was something small, I try to include little workouts. And where I live, I have stairs. I will climb my ass up those stairs if need be. When I have groceries, if I'm not telling my sister to grab those groceries, I will grab those groceries, but I will encourage myself not to take one trip. I will try and do multiple trips. But in that video, you see me using my younger sister as a weight. So I will use her on my back or in my arms to work out, because that's a chance for me to activate my muscles if possible. So if need be, like, just walk around your house or your neighborhood if possible, just to get yourself moving and comfortable with moving around. Now, okay, this is like one of my favorite parts, but I love to make my workouts fun. I don't I try not to do standard workouts. As I'm listening to my music, I envision myself in a music video. Don't judge me, but it's like a music video, but it's all fun. So the gym, I see it as my amusement park. And I end up just taking on all of these obstacles. So it's kind of like that show, oh, my little siblings watch it, American Ninja Warrior. It's kind of like that. And that's what I see myself doing while I'm in the gym. So it's fun to me. It's like a challenge. And I like to see myself overcoming those obstacles and moving on to the next. So imagine yourself doing whatever it is. Like the gym is now like my playhouse. I love to be there. So think of it that way and make light of your environment when you are there. When I first got started on my fitness journey, I would love to see my progress. So that progress included me getting a scale that told me about my water weight, my muscle percentage, my bone, like things of that nature outside of the actual weight, so that I can see that progress. Because when you only see a number, that means nothing. When I was, typically my goal is to be at 145 pounds, even though I'm 5'2", and when you look it up, I'm overweight. But that is my personal goal. 145 in muscle is different from 145 in fat. So when I was thicker, so I'm not even going to say fat. When I was thicker, my jean size was big and I was 145 pounds. Now at 100 and close enough to 145, like I said, I'm trying to get there. But when I was 145, I wore a smaller pant size, but I was just more muscular. So that number on the scale means nothing unless you have those numbers to tell you what that 145 consists of. So I stayed inspired by seeing my fat percentage change, my water intake increase, because I am trying to drink a lot of water, and to see a reduction in my fat percentage. Granted, I personally want to stay around a certain fat percentage, but to each his own. My whole point in seeing this is I stay motivated by seeing those percentages change, not the number on the scale. Also, in that regard, I love to track everything using photos. You don't notice how far you've come until you have some sort of reference. So utilizing photos goes a long way, especially if you were very busted, such as I was. But try to use those to see the progress you've made, or, to track what it is that you want to do going forward. I want to encourage you all to always change your goals. Don't stay with a constant goal. And what I say that is, if your goal is to lose weight, that's fine. But what is it that you do once you've attained that? How is it that you manage? So what I do, again, my goal is to be thick, fit. I'm not wanting to be extremely lean. So I try to adjust my goals on a weekly basis so that I don't plateau, or so that I don't end up on the opposite spectrum of where it is that I'm trying to go to. I also want to encourage you all to do research. I did a lot of research on what it was that I was getting myself into. I loved seeing other people's journeys. Like I said, my 600-pound life is what inspired me. So I love seeing other people's journeys, not only on there, but on YouTube, blogs. I did a lot of research on things such as carbs and fats and what it is that I was putting into my body. Granted, not everything is perfect. Like, I'm not going to be perfect at it, but it works for me based upon what it was that I researched and those things fitting within my goals. So do your research and find people to track so that you can stay encouraged by that. If need be, I also encourage you to bring someone along with you on this journey, but don't make that person your crutch. Stay motivated through all of this on your own. You might be in a relationship and fitness may be a part of your life and it's not a part of your partner's life. You need to learn to separate yourself from that and not to get tied down in that lifestyle because you're wanting better for yourself, even though it would be nice to have your partner with you in it. But find ways of staying motivated through research, and again, to bring someone along with you if that is a possibility. If not, there's so many forums you can join. We could do something together. So if y'all can think of something we can do together, that'd be great. But find ways of staying motivated through, again, research and through community. Another big factor for me personally when it came to fitness is my little sister. Shoot, not only her, but another sister. They're on a different spectrum for me. Like, gaining weight is easy for them. And so I'm trying to motivate my little sister. And so far, she's doing well. She has had her times in which, you know, she went in the opposite direction. And you better believe I was harder on her. But I'm also teaching her why it is that things are the way that they are and how her changes or her fitness lifestyle is different from mine because our goals are different. She's taller than me. Her shape is different from mine. So her goals are going to be different from that of mine. And I'm staying motivated throughout this for her. Well, for myself first and foremost, but also so that my sister has something to aspire to and to work towards. So she takes on a lot with regard to this and applying herself at school when it comes to sports and wanting to partake in extremely physical activities. So family is a big factor for me. I know for a lot of people, it's their children, you know, with a lot of advertising and marketing, a lot of kids are being, you know, fed these ideas as to what snacks and meals are amazing. I know how that feels because I was there personally. I don't have any children, but seeing and knowing that someone's looking at you and your mannerisms is something that definitely pushes you to exert yourself even more just to inspire them. Last but not least, rewarding yourself. I, for one, have found the intrinsic reward, and intrinsic means internal rewards with regard to changing my lifestyle. But the extrinsic rewards that I do are things such as eating one meal or so of, let's say, pizza. I don't go overboard with it, but if it fits within my macros, then that's something I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have some pizza. I'm not going to limit myself from this pizza. I freaking love pizza. Also, things such as pasta, like, oh my gosh, like, carbs are a woman's worst friend. However, they're our best friend. So I freaking love pasta. It's my weakness. So I do try and reward myself with things of that nature. But before I reward myself with an extrinsic reward, such as a food item, I make sure to feel something about what it is that I'm doing internally before I resort to that, because I don't want that to be the only thing that encourages me to stay motivated. Like, I want to feel that internal factor just as much. Hopefully this video has inspired you all to find some way to stay motivated throughout your fitness journey or this change in your lifestyle. I like to think of it as a lifestyle, but the beginning is a journey. You will face obstacles and nothing is wrong with that. We all have to start somewhere and we will experience hiccups and bumps in the road, but we have options to push ourselves to do this. There's a lot of resources out there and a lot of things made available for us. But yeah, with that being said, again, I hope you all found this video helpful. But nonetheless, until next time, guys, I will talk to you all in my next video. Peace.